Okay, this is a video how I made this 23-inch model, ceramic model, into a 96-inch high-strength fiber reinforced cement that's on a foam core base. Stick with me and I'll show you step by step how I did it. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick how we started here on the Panther project back in 2013. First thing I did was I drew a silhouette, 2D silhouette of the image, and then cut it out. And then I took this block foam that I had and I glued it into the shape that I wanted for this to be stenciled onto it. I then cut it out with a hot knife and then started to make the carvings. It's, like I say, all done by that scaled version. I made it 4 times the size of the original, but just a little bit of measure, a little bit of cut. It was exhausting me, and I got bored with it, so I stuck it up in the overhead there. But now she's down, and we're going to get her going, and there we are now right today, and then look forward to the new big rock being done and the Panther on top of it. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, for me, this all started with this statue, or this little ceramic, I don't know what to call it, but in the 60s, my mom had one of these on our table, and my wife was saying, you know, my mom had one of those too, because I found an image of it. And back in 13, when I did this project, I found this online, still being made by the company out of Illinois, and I got online and purchased it. And it's the exact same model. And what I did was I've scaled it here, where first of all I mounted it in the feet. There was some hollows, and I basically just filled them with some of my cement mud, fiber reinforced mud. Then I put it and screwed it to this so that it would be ever fixed. And then I made a grid across and this way, and the other axis that I measure is my height. Whenever I'm doing a measurement, I'll come up with a height measurement, a length, and a width. So 3 axis. Basically, I was told by my son yesterday, it's like that's how they did Mount Rushmore. It's like through a 3-axis measuring off of a scaled model. But anyway, this is what I'm doing, and I got exhausted doing it. I mean, it's why I stopped doing it. But I did the front more than anything, and got that to where you can see on the feet here, I was like doing measurements, you know, how deep I was. And then I've got reference marks every time I pick this thing up and move it, because it's not fixed down. I have these marks and these marks that reference me where I am. And then this is the other line. You smash it right up against there. And these will be the last points that I actually carve, because they're always going to be flat up against this stick here. So anyway, I'm getting ready to start doing this again. I just washed it off and it's ready to go, and hopefully soon that's going to be sitting on that rock over there. I've got to get on that as well, getting it prepared for this. So it's a multitask deal here, but stick with me, guys. Okay, so with my laser, I basically made a grid, which I started to do on the other side. I actually got the other side pretty much all done, as far as I got a little bit of carving to do on the inside of that foot and leg, a little bit of carving to do on that foot on the inside. But other than that, I'm pretty much done with this side. So now I'm getting ready to tackle, you know, basically half of this going over in the face of that, and I should be getting it done here fairly quick with this grid. Just got to pull some measurements and start carving. Stick with me. Okay, I was just trying to work on the neck area into the shoulder, and it dawned on me previously I had over-carved this. I carved it too much in. So I put some great stuff on it and just letting it sit. Tomorrow I'll be able to carve that out a little bit. But in the past, I can take some of the styrofoam, the ground-up styrofoam, and actually, I think more precisely build out. This is just styrofoam mud, and this is still carvable. So that's what I did when I did this back in 14, is I had some styrofoam mud, and guess what? I've got bags and bags of it right here. So I think from now on, instead of the grate foam, because it's not as easy to use, I'm going to go ahead and build out any too much carved with styrofoam, because I can sculpt it perfectly and build it out and check it by measurement. So stick with me. Okay, I just spent a great deal of time trying to figure out why in the heck I wasn't where I was too much in, because the old me, the younger me, wouldn't have made a big mistake like 1.5 inches. I could see a little bit, but I realized that I had created a width. I said, here's my widest point, which is this foot, and it's 4 3/4 inches, which is 19, times 4 is 19 inches. At any rate, this foam block was the width it was. It's just, I never did cut it, but I realized I had made this mark right here. This was what I was counting as my 0 mark. And this line right here is actually, it actually zeroes over there, right there, at that mark right there. But anyway, this is where my end is for this line over here that I made on this. This was 2 3/8 out, and I was wondering why all my measurements were off so much. And so anyway, I took it in the shop and I lasered all the way around, just by turning the lights off in there and getting on to the top. You can't just pop a line and think that you're going to get a straight line, but the laser will definitely deliver it for you. And then even the bottom is also lasered. So I'm just going to cut this off and then move this stick out to this line right here, and then I'll be measuring accurately. So stick with me, guys. All right, back on track now. Got rid of my problem. And now I've got to regrid this whole side again. That took some time to measure and mark out. Anyway, got it now back down to regular size. So I shouldn't have problems with my scale measurements. Stick with me, guys. Okay, so I got it cut, and then I regridded it everywhere. And now I can get back to my scaling my drawing. Well, my friends, that's got her done. Carving it. I'm going to get it over there with some. Okay, so just starting to mud it. I had mudded the feet onto the rock with a piece of shrink wrap that kind of kept me from sticking to the rock, just so I could get the feet where they should be and touching. So I ground that all down, washed it down, and now I'm putting on a 1/4 inch of this high strength fiber reinforced cement composite. Now, this particular mix, I added extra fiber, and then I used the glue straight. I have a glue that's 51% solids. Instructions say you can dilute it 6 parts of water to 1 part of the glue. Well, I went straight glue, and I did so to achieve higher strength. But again, a 1/4 inch, when I got all said and done, and I was sanding it, you're going to see me sanding it here, there was about, 10 areas the size of a quarter, say, that I had seen foam. I'd sanded, and there wasn't very much there. So I washed it down after I sanded it, and then I just plugged those holes with some more fiber, let it dry overnight, sanded those again just before I sealed it, which I chose to move towards tinting the sealers where I could avoid the paint coat. And that was just one coat, that one day of drying. And I mean, it dries instantly and you can put another coat on. But right now, just getting that 1/4 inch in, smoothing it out. You don't see me doing it here, but I take a paintbrush in between each one of these little mud daubs that I'm putting on. And then I brush it with a paintbrush, trying to lay it down, get it smoother. But it was rough as heck. You're going to see when I get up close on the sanding. It's pretty hairy. And anyway, next is the sanding, so stick with me. Well, guys, that's totally covered now. And just going to let it dry tomorrow and start sanding it. And I've got right now right at 95 pounds of material that I put on it. And I was pretty close to my 100. So anyway, it should be something still I can pick up and move around. But stick with me. We're going to be sanding it tomorrow, getting it stained, getting the seal, getting it on that rock. Okay, I just about got it all sanded. I got I have to flip it over yet and do the underside. But right now I just got this little area right here. And I tried a bunch of different things, the grinder, different wheels on it, sanders, 3 different types. And then I came down to just have it in the hand was the best way to make it. So I didn't want to show a lot of this because it's boring. I mean, just sanding. But I've got, I don't know, probably 4 hours into it already. And I'm still probably a couple hours from being done. But anyway, after I get it sanded, wash it off, let it dry, paint it with the black and seal it with the polyaspartic sealer, which is a really high gloss, and then get it mounted. Stick with me. Okay, people, so I got it all sealed, and I didn't get that on camera. It was just a little bit more than I could manage. This stuff is a hot mix when you get it mixed up. I use that many paint brushes and about 20 little cups. But anyway, this is the model that I had done. And if you look at the two, they look very similar. This high sheen polyaspartic sealer is, you know, something that really they roll it down as it's mostly used for floors. But if you mix small batches, and I mean something about like the size of this little guy cup here, and you paintbrush it on, you move it out, you can get it to lay down pretty smooth. So anyway, it's all sealed, going to be sticking on that rock tomorrow. This thing weighs in at 95 pounds. I weighed it, and it is tough as nails, and it's going to last forever. So I appreciate you guys watching the videos. If you liked it, please share, subscribe, and you know, like it, and keep watching my videos. I so appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, just a little drone footage here my son shot for me. Really appreciate you guys watching me on the big rock and the Panther build. So appreciate the opportunity to show you guys my work and have so much loyal support following me. I really appreciate it, guys. I hope you like this project. I can't say enough. I really love this Panther. My wife is really happy with it, and that's all that matters right then and there. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. Bye.